Hello and welcome, my name's Sam and this is the Little Greenhouse Creates. Thank you for joining me today and thank you for joining me for our first in this week's stamp set of the week, Tune In. It is this lovely stamp set here. Let's bring that down so you can actually see it. It's quite a retro stamp set really. It's got the old-fashioned TV and the aerial and the pixelated pictures occasionally we got. And I just thought it'd be quite a bit of fun to have a go at playing with it. So, as usual, the first thing I've done, just put my card aside, is I have stamped out all the images like so. So we've got 5 main images. So you've got the television, the aerial, the pixelation, the, I'll go for stars, and I'm not quite sure, thunderbolts, I suppose you could call those. And then we've got 5 sentiments as well. So you've got your super, newsflash, your classic, you're a classic, happy birthday, stay tuned for important message. I quite like this style of this happy birthday and I can see myself using this more than just with this stamp set. So let me bring back in the the card that I was showing earlier on. This is it. I've gone for slightly retro colours this week for this particular stamp set. So we're looking at oranges and yellows and browns and blues. Right back into the 1970s. I remember having a bedroom that was orange and yellow and brown stripes going round. The rest of the wall was white, but there was these stripes that went round. Very hip and cool and trendy in the day. Maybe not so now. Anyway, it also has a wonderful die set and that comes with it. There are again 10 dies to go with this, but for this particular card we're only using the die for the actual television and for the aerial, which when you look at it, for me it looks like almost like an alien. But that was definitely the shape of our aerials. I remember quite frantically one football match where the television lost its signal and my mum and dad were moving aerials to try and get it to appear. Anyway, less of my jabber, let me bring in my supplies. So I was just about to say my dog is about to bark because my son has just arrived home. But anyway, we'll see if we can get past Bootsy barking and carry on. So we have Moonlight, Misty Moonlight, which measures 8 inches by 5 3/4. I have then got a pool party, which is 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. I have Night of Navy, which measures 3 1/2 by 5 1/4. I have 3 pieces of that, so Night of Navy and 2 in the white, and then I have a piece to stamp my television out on. So let us, just bear with me a second, I'll see if I can get the dog to be quiet for just 2 seconds. Okay, so we've managed to get the son indoors, dog is happy. So we've done the cards, so let's get on. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take one of our pieces that measure 3 1/2 by 5 1/4 and we're going to stamp over it. Now we're going to stamp the images, so I've got the I can never remember what this is called. So we'll come back to that one. We've got the lightning bolts and then I've got the stars. So we're going to do the stars in the Misty Moonlight, the lightning bolts in the pool party and the pixelation in the Night of Navy. So starting with the largest stamp and the lightest colour, so this is the lightning bolts with the pool party. I'm going to stamp in an odd amount on here, so I'll probably just do 3. There you go. 1, 2, and then 3. Okay, let's put those aside. Then come in with your next size down and your next lightest colour. So that will be the Misty Moonlight with the stars. Okay. It's obviously my day for my children to arrive home because my eldest son has now just turned up. So we're going to start barking again. So I will apologise when that starts. And let's see if we can get the pixelation with the Night of Navy in. Let's do that. Okay, so this is Night of Navy, as I said, and I'm just going to bring that one there, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's put a couple up here. Oh, no, and there we go, the doorbell's gone as well. Right, bear with me for a second. And we're back. Right, okay, let's see if we can carry on. So what I'm going to do, now that I've done this, I want to cut it down slightly. So I'm going to cut it down to, so at the present moment in time, it is 3.5. So I'm going to cut it down to 3 1/4. And then it was 5 1/4, so I'm now cutting it down to 5 inches. I prefer to do it like that, really, just so that it looks a bit more random when the stamping comes on. It's just the way I prefer it. Okay, so that's the other piece, is our inside layer. So this can now be layered onto our Night of Navy, like so. And I'm going to use my multi-purpose glue, so I'll layer that up. There we are. Perfect. That will then get layered onto our pool party, again with the multi-purpose. There we pop. Then I'm going to take the Misty Moonlight and I'm going to score that at 4 inches. So let's bring that down on the 8-inch side. Go to the 4 inches, score it straight down and bring it across. And then burnish with my bone folder. So that way as well. There we go. Right. And then those 3 layers can be popped onto the blue base, or the Misty Moonlight. Okay, that can be positioned over here. And what we'll do is we'll just leave that, and we'll now focus on our scrap piece, which is this one. And I'm going to stamp it in Night of Navy, the television screen. So it's just a piece of scrap I've got to stamp on. What I'll do is I'm going to put that on there, lift that up, and then I want to like a watermark, and that will be just on here. There you go. And there's the watermark for the inside layer. Right, so what we now need to do is to colour that in, and I'm going to colour it in the pool party. So I'm going to use the light to colour in the buttons, and then I'm going to use the dark pool party to do around the main body of the television screen, like so. Kids these days wouldn't know they were born. If they, well, they'd be freaking out certainly if they came to a retro television that we used to have in the 1970s, where it only had 2 channels, 3 channels. I still remember in the 80s getting channel 4 and wondering what on earth we were going to do with 4 channels. Nowadays you've got so many, it's unbelievable. And the remote control was our parents going to get up and twist the knob. And how about if you missed your favourite television programme, there was certainly no catch-up to watch. I always remember running into the house or turning on the television 5 minutes before our programme was due, so that the tubes inside the television warmed up and you would get the picture. How life has changed. There we go. Yep. Okay, so that's in the pool party, and then I'm going to take the Misty Moonlight and I'm going to stamp in the middle of that with the Happy Birthday. Okay, so that will just go slap bang in the middle. There we go. Right, so taking our die for the television and a piece of the specialty paper called the metallic paper, I'm going to cut out myself an alien. Well, I have already. So there's my alien. Now if you're looking for the metallic, it's on page 110 of the annual catalogue now. And cut that out and pick up my, there's my television. So that saves me a bit of time. And then what I can do now is to bring in our television. So that will go like so. And then the alien can go onto here. The aerial rather than the alien. Right, so I'm going to use the dimensionals to raise it. One in each corner and then one in the middle. So it's not normally a stamp set I would have chosen, but I just fancied it so much because it brought back so many memories of watching the television with my parents as a child, and how lucky I suppose we are today with all the channels we have. And yeah, I did. And the television turning off and not having it for 24 hours a day. Bizarre, isn't it? Right, I suppose it was a bit like the telephone we had in the last year's catalogue. That was very retro as well. Okay, so I'm going to put a bit of dimensionals onto there. It might be too long. Yeah, we'll just use one of those. So put that back on there and then bring in my scissors and cut that in half. A very dismal day today. It's a bit like that at the weekend. One bit it was warm, the next bit it was cold. It even started to rain earlier on. That was a bit alarming. Okay, especially as I have my washing out. Right, so there is our card for today. So that's in the blues, and our other retro colours in the, let's bring that down so you can actually see what I'm doing. There we go. Right, so that is today's cards. I hope you liked them. They were great fun to create, and a little trip down memory lane. So we're back again on Wednesday with our second card. So do join me then to see what we get up to with that one. Whatever you do for the rest of the day, stay safe and happy crafting. Take care, everyone. Bye.